everybody, and welcome to day number 2, or episode number 2 I mean, of our FTB Unleashed series, where we kind of sort of show you some things that I think are pretty awesome in FTB. And just a basic a rundown. First off, let me kill this chicken. Kind of annoying. Anyways, welcome back, guys. Very awesome to have you here. And like I said, we're going to get right into the video here because I got a couple things to explain. Just for all the noobs there that I don't know, I would like to explain if I first started playing FTB. You know, it's just kind of useful to know. So first off, this is called NEI, not enough items, I'm pretty sure. And basically what this is it kind of looks like a TMI, which is too many items, which was something for vanilla that you had where you could cheat, and basically all these blocks here you could just creatively spawn them in vanilla. But this one is NEI, which is basically a really useful tool that allows you to craft things that you don't know how to craft, basically. So I don't know, there's all these weird things that some of these things, you know, they will show you how to craft them, some of them won't. But like this tree tap, how do you make a tree tap? So this one shows you all the different woods that you can make a tree tap out of. Basically you can make it almost out of any wood. Rubber, it shows you all the different recipes out of different machines that you can use to make different kinds of rubber, and that goes for almost any kind of recipe that you want. So that is very useful. That's one thing that I highly suggest you guys use and learn how to use, because it will really help you in just all kinds of machines that you're going to try to make. Because I really don't think you want to be going through forums for each mod just to figure out how to make a machine. So that's something that's really good. But today we are going to make our Tinker's Construct furnace. So the way we're going to do Tinker's Construct is, or I guess let me explain what Tinker's Construct is. Basically it's a mod developed around making awesome tools in Minecraft other than normal vanilla tools. They replace normal tools like this, and they use a smeltery. So basically you smelt down metals. Like I would take some of my iron and I would put it down into the smeltery, and it would turn it into liquid iron, and then I pour it into a cast of, say I wanted a pickaxe. I could make a pickaxe cast, and then I could pour that liquid into that pickaxe head, and then I would have in essence a better pickaxe, because you could add different things to them. We'll get more into depth of how that all works later on, but first for this episode I'm going to show you how to make it and what to do. So to make the first thing that you need to make the Tinker's Construct furnace, is you're gonna need seared brick, what is called seared brick. So if we look in NEI over here for seared brick, you can click on seared brick and it'll show you that you need 4 seared bricks to get a seared block, I guess. And when you click on seared bricks, it brings up this recipe that you need grout. So if you click on actual grout, it'll show you that you need clay, sand, and gravel, and this is a shapeless crafting, so you don't need to cook it or anything, you just put it in your crafting table. So one thing that I found is a pain in the butt, that is another cool thing about NEI, is that this automatically places items in for you. So you would say I want to make grout, and instead of placing all this stuff in the inventory like that, all you do is hold down shift and then left click on the question mark right here, and it automatically places it into your crafting table. Keep in mind that you have to be opened in the crafting table whenever you do hit the question mark. If you're outside of the crafting table and you hit the question mark like that, it will not do nothing. It only works while you're looking inside the crafting table. So once you do that, you're going to get some grout, and when you get grout, what you're going to want to do is smelt it, and when you smelt it, you're going to get what's called seared brick, and that's what we're going to use to make the Tinker Smeltery and a couple other things that are necessary for the Tinker Smeltery. So I already went ahead and took the liberty to cook most of the grout that I got, and so this would go by a little bit faster and we wouldn't have to wait. So let me get all these seared bricks out of here. This is stuff that I've pre-cooked, and I'll show you what we're going to do with this. We're not all turning this into seared blocks, keep in mind. So first off, what I'm going to want to do is grab this grout here that I have left. that I just made, and I'm going to put in the furnace for now. So when we come back later, hopefully this will almost be done. If we need more, I don't know if we need more. We have so much brick. So the way this smeltery is it's gonna be a 3x3 square, but you want to make it 5x5. So it needs to be hollow 3x3, I guess, is a better way to explain it. So what we're gonna want to do is, once again, really easy thing in NEI is, instead of making the brick and putting the bricks in there, I'm just gonna shift and left click, and it's gonna automatically put it in my crafting table here. And I am going to grab, and as you can see, I just got a mighty smelting book. We'll figure out what that is later on. But first we're going to make our first stack of seared bricks, and we're going to actually start placing down and making the layout of what the smeltery is going to be. So to start off the smeltery, it needs to be 5x5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. And 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Okay, I did not do that right. GG. I really don't have any good pickaxes right now, so that's why we're kind of working on Tinker's Construct. Is you can make some really awesome tools, and later on I'll show you those kind of tools that we can make, which are pretty sweet, to say the least. Okay, so this is going to be our 5x5 square, and what we're going to want is fill it in all the way with seared bricks like this. And you're going to want to have a 3x3 hollow space, which means you can fill up the rest of this. We're going to have to make a couple of other things in order to make the smeltery work. But this is the basic layout that you're going to want to do, and basically you can build up as high as you want. I'm pretty sure you can make these smelteries bigger. I'm not too sure, but I know you can make them bigger, so this is what I usually go for. I go for a 5x5, and it does basically everything that I need. It's not too bad. So the next thing we're going to make is we need to make a smeltery controller, and we're also going to need to make a seared tank, I'm pretty sure. And those things are the two main things that are essential to getting the smeltery to actually activate. So let's go over here back into our crafting table here, and we're going to look at the seared tank. We're going to click on it, and it's telling us that we need one glass block with a bunch of seared bricks around here. So let me grab some glass that I have here, and left click once again, and it'll put in our inventory, but we don't need that many seared tanks, so put everything back. We got one seared tank, and we also need a smeltery controller. So let's look that up. A smeltery controller is just seared bricks in a circle. Left click on that, and it puts it right away in our inventory. This is super easy. This is one thing that I really highly recommend you guys use, is NEI's left click shift thingy-majigger. Then we're gonna put the seared tank right here, and once you put down the controller and you put it down in this third block, it should light up and you'll know that it's activated. So you put it down and it should light up like this, where it kind of looks like the furnace. Right here is your smeltery, and this shows you all the blocks that you can put in. Right now we only have what is it, a 3x3 slot, and the more you build up, the more storage that you can put in here. So I'll show you now. First we're gonna make a couple more things. So this smeltery needs a couple of other things for it to actually be fully active. The one thing that it needs is they need some drains. So it needs some drains to pour out the metal. Whenever you turn it into liquid, you know, it needs somewhere to drain out. So that's what we're gonna do next, is we're gonna make some drains. They're really not too hard. They're all made out of the seared bricks, so that the seared bricks is the main thing that you're gonna want. So to make drains, it's just seared bricks in this pattern here, and we're gonna make 3. We're gonna need 3 drains, and in order for those drains to actually pour out the metal, we need to make, I think they're called spouts, I'm pretty sure, and we need to, they're shaped like this. I could have looked them up, but I kind of don't want to. You kind of get the idea. You just look it up and shift click and it'll automatically place it in here. So we're gonna need 3 spouts because no, seared faucet, they're called seared faucet, because we have 3 3 drains, and those drains are going to go right here. And then with those drains, we just put the faucets there, and you can see they kind of stick out on the side of the drains. The next thing we're going to need is a casting table. So as you can see right here, we're going to need a table for the cast to be held in, and I'll get into next episode kind of what the cast, how to make the casts and like what to do with them. So I guess I could go over basically what the basic thing of a cast is basically it's a cast of a tool. So in Tinker's Construct, you have to make each tool part separately. So you have to make the handle, you would either have to make the axe head, the sword blade, all that stuff separately, and then you combined it in a special sort of crafting table and stuff that they have. So let's make the casting table. Sorry, getting a little too caught up here. I'm just gonna look up Tinker's Construct because all the stuff is right here. And the casting table is again seared bricks in just this fashion. All these recipes are gonna require this. So we're gonna get 3 tables because we have 3 spouts. And there's also called casting basin, this one here. This is used to make actual blocks. So say you put in a bunch of iron and you have some left over, or you just want to make iron blocks, you can do that with the casting basins. You just pour it into there and it'll make solid iron blocks. So for now we're only going to use the casting tables because that's what we need, but these casting basins we can keep in a chest and take them out whenever we need them. I don't know, at a later time. So we got almost about everything. The last thing that we're going to need now is we're going to need some seared glass. Seared glass is optional. It's kind of for decoration. I think it makes it look so nice. It adds some sort of personality to your smeltery, I guess. I used to do it without seared glass, but honestly I think it looks way better with seared glass. So we got about 12. Let's see, we're gonna have to make more seared brick. We do not have enough of that, and it's getting dark, so let's go to bed. And one important thing is, when I first told you about the smeltery that it has to be 5 by 5, after you're done making the 5 by 5 square, you can break the corners, because the corners are not necessary for it. It's kind of just taking up seared brick, so I always break the corners after. And with this I'm gonna build the seared glass up here like so. Alright, and then from here we're going to just build up with our seared brick around everything else. And you can, I think, theoretically build this almost as high as you want, but the higher you build it, the more storage you can hold in it, like the more slots inside the sear tank. Basically, the more it can take. So this only accepts 1 block at a time whenever you put something to smelt. So it only, in 1 slot, it only take 1 piece of iron ingot, I guess. I don't know. I'm not too great at explaining things. It's better for me to just show you. Okay, it looks like we had enough seared brick for this, but there's one more mod that I kind of want to focus on early game that will really help you guys. We'll finish Tinker's Construct in the next episode, and I'll show you guys exactly how to make the cast for the tools and all the stuff required, how to make some basic tools that I really like. And I think I'll dedicate next episode just to Tinker's, but for now, we got this done. This is basically your Tinker's smeltery. You fill lava into the sear tank here, and then you just automatically put all your iron or whatever you want. You can put glass and smelt it, and then you just right click here and it starts pouring it out. I'll show you guys for sure next episode. It's really, really cool stuff. So the next mod that I kind of want to show you guys that you can do early game, something that won't take up too much more time here, is dark craft. So it's not dark craft, not like it's dark outside, but dart, like I'm throwing a dart. Dark craft. A lot of people get that confused, so I like to be clear on stuff like that. And dark craft adds really cool tools along with armor, and the armor is something that really interests me, so that's what I'm going to show you guys today, is how to use dark craft. So dark craft is a pretty simple mod. This is force armor. You're gonna find around the world some natural gem in the world called force gems, and you can see them pretty bright whenever you're mining. They're like bright yellow, and you always see them. They kind of glow. So those are what you're going to collect, and you combine them with iron and you get force ingots, and with force ingots you can make tools, and you can also make armor. And you can also make an engine. Engine is kind of required in powering things. So in modded Minecraft, there are sources of power that you have to make. You could kind of think of these sources of power kind of like electricity in a way, that you use to run machines, because machines don't run themselves, you know, kind of like furnaces need coal for power. Certain machines require different power. So today what we're going to make is we're going to actually make the force infuser. So this is what we use to enchant armor. Yeah, so we can enchant our own armor without actually putting it in a vanilla chanter or anything. So this is force armor, and all you need is leather armor is what you first make when you do force armor. And what you do is you make what's called a force rod. Force rods are very simple to make in the beginning. You can make a weak force rod, which is just I think it's a force nugget and a force nugget, and I think a force ingot. I'm pretty sure. Let's look this up. A force rod. It can be, yeah, it's a force ingot, a stick, and a force nugget, and that'll give you a weak one. That's the one that you want to start off with first, in order to get the force sapling. So that's very important. In order to get force tools, you need to have force trees, and it's very simple to get force trees. This wand here, this force rod that you make, is very essential to everything that you want to do with Darkcraft. This wand here is what you use to make force trees. So in order to get a force sapling, these things do not generate normally in any sort of biome. You just can't find them. You have to find an oak sapling. Unfortunately, these are origin saplings. These will not work. I had to go outside of this biome just to find an oak sapling. But what you do is you put an oak sapling onto the ground here, and then you just hit it with the force rod, and it'll automatically turn it into a yellow force sapling. And then after that, it just automatically gives you more force and more force saplings. So that's very simple. That force wood is what you use to make the force tools, and the force tools is something I'll probably get into maybe next episode too, along with Tinkers. I guess we'll figure out what we can fit in here. But for now, I want to show you the force infuser. So the force infuser is what we're going to use to enchant all this awesome armor. So what we're going to do is we're going to place down the force infuser. Basically, it's a block of obsidian. All this stuff, like I said, is what you want to hit with the wand. So you're going to put down the block of obsidian wherever you want to put your force infuser. Excuse me. And then we're going to right click, and bang, it turns it into the force infuser. And this force infuser by itself will not do anything. It needs power, and it needs liquid force inside of here to in order for it to operate. So the power will come with our force engine, which we just right click, and the engine connects like that. And then this takes even more liquid force, and then you just put a lever on here, which requires a redstone signal. So you can put a lever here, or run some redstone and maybe put a lever there. But once you power this, this will start. This will activate, and the bar to your right will fill up with MJ, and then you'll be able to enchant your armor with certain stuff. There's 6 tiers to enchanting. So when you start off on tier 1, you're not able to enchant too many things. You can put the speed enchant, and you can put, I think, the heat enchant, which gives you kind of like fire aspect on your armor. And those are the 2 basic enchants that you start off with, and then later on you can add enchants to where you can fly, and though that's going to be really fun. I'm going to show you guys how to fly, and it's very simple in Darkcraft. But the Force Infuser by itself like this, it will not work unless you have the actual tome. And the tome is basically a normal vanilla book that you make, you know, just 3 paper and a piece of leather, and you just throw it on the ground just like I did with just kind of how I did with the Force Infuser. You just put it on the ground and then you right click with the Force Rod and it'll turn it into an upgrade tome, and then you right click on the upgrade tome and you put the book right there on the top, next to the Force tank, this liquid Force tank, I guess if you want to call it that. And as you can see now, the book is showing up kind of like an enchanting table, and it's activated. So this, we'll find some more Force and we'll fill this up in next episode, and I'll show you some more cool stuff with that, guys. But I think that's all we have for this episode. I just kind of wanted to show you the things that we're starting off with. So this is called Tinker's Construct. This is the mod that adds some really awesome tools that I want to show you. This is the main kind of thing to Tinker's Construct is the smeltery. So this is kind of important. This is really cool, and this is not too hard to make. So this is something that I want to show you guys in the next episode for sure. And this is Darkcraft. Darkcraft is something you can do early game. These are 2 mods that you can do early game that will probably get you super far, will get you far really fast without you know, just waiting so long. So anyways, guys, thank you for coming out, watching the video, and hanging out with me. I usually like to do this at the end of my videos. If you guys made it this far, the secret word today that I want you to put in chat is, we're gonna put creeper. I want to see creeper in the chat. If I see that in the chat, I know you guys made it this far, and that makes you awesome. And I'm giving you guys a pat on the back, you know, a virtual pat on the back, even though I'm not there. Kind of pedo. Anyways, let's end this before it's any more longer. 22 minutes long. Wow. Anyways, guys, thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys tomorrow.